Okay, so now we've exported our floor plan from Revit, we're going to now open it up in Illustrator. Now you probably have an Illustrator icon on your desktop somewhere, looks like this one. Please don't open that. Your best bet is to open up Adobe Creative Cloud app. This is his desktop app, it looks like this. You'll need to log in using your computer's login credentials in the for the machine that you're using in room 32 or 33. So please log into Creative Cloud. Don't open up Illustrator and try to log in that way. It doesn't seem to work very well. So Creative Cloud desktop, log in, open up Illustrator from here. I've already got Illustrator open, so I'm just going to scoot across. And we're just going to go open. Now, we choose go to the desktop or wherever you've saved your floor plan DXF. So that's mine there. And click open. Now you've got this option to scale. Now if you leave it at default, it will be okay. It will be an average size. But I'd just like to make sure that it's a little bit bigger, just in case, so I don't lose any quality. So I'm just going to make mine 1 to 1 millimeters. And we're okay. So when it loads up, I've got my floor plan, and you can use Control plus to Control minus to zoom out. So Control minus zooms me out, and I can't see my numbers down the bottom here, but I'm zoomed out a little way at the moment. First thing I want to do is just scale my artboard down because I've got a heap of white space. I don't need all of this white space. So I'll just go to File, Document, Setup, and just go Edit Artboards. And then we can just grab the sides and squish them in. This. Like that. Alright, just neaten it up a little bit. And you should just be able to use your selection tool and just select anywhere. And for that to go away. Alright. So I'll just zoom in a bit. That's at 50% by the looks of it. So it's a nice big file. So if you're not going to do anything to this, if you just want it as a black and white image like this, then this is good to export. So you've got a number of options. You can go File, Export, Export As, and we can save it as, probably not going to save it as a DXF because that's what it already is. We could save it as a JPEG file, which is a very common file. It'll be open. You can be able to open it in almost any program that you're going to use. So Word or PowerPoint, definitely. You could use a JPEG file. Anything on the internet, any sort of Canva or anything like that, JPEGs will be fine. Not the best quality, but you know that it's going to be reliable and it should open up in anything. You could save it as a PNG, and PNG is a little bit better quality and will also retain the transparent background on this image. So if you go with a JPEG file, you'll get a white background. When you bring it into Word or Canva or whatever you bring it into, if you save it as a PNG, it will still be an image file, but it will have a clear background. The other option that you could use as well would be something like a SVG file. Now, SVG means that it's still a vector file, so it would be the best quality, but you have limited programs you can open SVG in. Now, Canva will open SVG files, so if you're going to Canva, that's what I recommend. It will be the best quality to ship into Canva. Now, if you want to change the color, you don't want black lines, you want them all to be white, then we can change the colors of the so select everything, and at the moment everything in this image is a series of little small shapes and lines, so we need to change this. So under Object, Path, we're going to outline stroke. So that'll turn it all into sort of one big shape. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this off the board because I'm going to make my floor plan white, and if I do it here, you're not going to be able to see it. Okay, so now I've sort of grouped these so they're a whole bunch of shapes instead of lines. So now we can change the swatch on this. So if you just click on swatches, double click on fill color, and just click on OK for white. I'll change it to the color you want it to be, and this will become white. Now in this example, I've got a border here. Just going to change this one to clear. Okay, so now I've got a white set which I could export out as well. Make sure you put it back on the artboard to export it. Doesn't matter if the artboard's white and you can't see it. When you export it out as an SVG or a PNG file, it'll be a white sort of lines instead of black. So that's it. So we'll go to File, Export, Export as, and I'm going to save mine as an SVG file. Again, I'll call it Department B this time without the extension. And don't worry about this one, just hit OK. Canva.com. I'm going to create a blank poster. And from my list here, I'll drop in some text. So really cool sort of stuff in here if you want to do sort of some obviously pro ones which are going to cost money to get on board with, but I'm going to bring in this one. I'm going to pretend that my design is Art Deco. So and pop some elements for the background, a generic background image. You might use a render from your own design or something like that in there, and we'll go to uploads and upload media, Department B. There we go. So now my SVG file's coming in. It's taking its time, of course. Now I can just drag that into this design here. Resize as much as I like. Cool. So that's how you get your floor plan with a transparent background as well into Canva. All right.